Yippee-yippee-yippee-ki-yay is one as well. Yippee-ki-yay, that one.
Hello and welcome to Ultimo GG's Top 8 tie-in movie games. I'm Gus.
And I'm Jay, and this week we're going to run through games based on or directly linked to Hollywood films.
Excellent stuff, I'm excited. Let's get into it. Please join us as we reminisce and run through our team's favourite games across all the greatest platforms, inspired by the silver screen. Silver screen.
So, going to start off with an absolute classic, the game that kicked it all off.
Yeah.
1997's GolDENEye was dropped on the N64 console, where players take the role of MI6 agent James Bond, that makes sense, through a series of levels battling an assortment of opponents via a mix of stealth and attacking tactics.
Yes, let's bear in mind that stealth does not include choosing the world's smallest character, Oddjob. Let's not even get into the Oddjob debate, man. Where GolDENEye really came into its own was through its multiplayer mode, which at the time was an absolute game changer. Has no held up very well.
No, up to 4 players can compete in deathmatch scenarios via a 4-way split screen, which at the time was ridiculously exciting. Being able to own your siblings, shoot them in the head.
Yes, slaps only, man, that was the one.
Fantastic.
Another first-person shooter, this time in the form of a combination of 2 of the biggest science fiction and horror franchises ever. 1999's Alien vs Predator was a fun but terrifying experience.
Yeah, players could choose between 3 campaigns consisting of Alien, Predator or Marine.
Yep, why you'd ever want to be a Marine, I have no idea.
Predator for me.
Yeah.
Whilst not as glossy as some of its competitors at the time, like Half-Life.
One of my favourite games of all time.
Yep, AVP created an immersive and memorable game experience.
Yes, indeed it did. It was amazing how to switch through all the heat vision modes and all that kind of stuff, man.
Cool.
Staying with our favourite facehugger species, we also tip our hats to 1996's Alien Trilogy. Another first-person shooter, players take the role of Ellen Ripley and follow the first 3 Alien movies.
Yeah, that can't have been very fun for that character, to be fair, just back to back.
It's a bad day.
The worst day of your life, over and over again. The game was available through the PlayStation and SATURN consoles, and akin to AVP, provided a terrifying experience for gamers at the time.
Yeah, not quite as scary now when you look back at it. But speaking of scary Alien games, Alien Isolation has to get an honourable mention because it is one of my favourite games of all time. From 2014 or so, it still holds up amazingly. Anyway, following the success of the mighty Grand Theft Auto series, in 2005, Rockstar put all of its efforts into producing a game based on the 1979 action thriller The Warriors.
Yeah, it's been 25 years since the film came out. Let's make a game.
Dig that one back up.
PS2 and Xbox, the game takes place in the gritty 1970s New York, where players could control members of the Warriors, and you can fight off rival gangs as well as the...
Bit like GTA then.
Yeah, it sounds kind of familiar to be fair, but you know, if it ain't broke.
Rockstar has serious beef with the police.
Yeah.
The game...
Scottish, they're Scottish.
Yeah,
that's fine. Scottish game company.
It even features the original cast reprising their roles and lending their voices to the game. So the original cast, but 26 years later. Makes sense.
All of them were free for that.
Yeah.
That phone rang once.
Yeah, straight up.
The newest game on our list is an exclusive to Xbox retro side-scroller. Warner Brothers recently released a Space Jam game to coincide with the imminent release of the brand new Space Jam film.
Cool, alright, confession time, I actually never watched the original Space Jam. It's a bit heretical, I know. What we love about the game is it's got a real retro feel to it, as the players travel through a 90s arcade-style scroller and beat up the Goon Squad via numerous combos. Players can select a campaign as Bugs Bunny, Lola Bunny, or LeBron James, NBA legend. I don't think he's a rabbit, but you know.
No, he might be a rabbit.
Big rabbit.
This really is a fun one though, to be fair. It's exactly like the tie-ins of old, like the Disney Mega Drive games that were basically the entire film of the game. Like,
yeah, Aladdin, man.
Yeah,
Come
Lion
on,
King as well.
all-time great.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
We'll still flashbacks to that lava level driving around. When it comes to film-related games, Star Wars boasts a significant breadth of titles. There are literally hundreds of them. It was therefore a hard choice to pin it down just to one game, but after weeks and weeks of deliberation, 2019's Jedi Fallen Order came out on top.
Yeah, rightfully so, I think.
It's
yeah.
amazing.
It seems that it's highly regarded by many of you as well, with over 20 million players logging on over the last 18 months.
Didn't have anything else to do, but still
Yeah,
good.
the action-adventure game is set 5 years after Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, follows the Jedi Purge, where players immerse themselves as Jedi Padawan Cal Kestis and regain Jedi powers throughout the game.
Yes, first Ginger Jedi, which feels like a big step. So, yeah.
A great move forward for everyone.
I was waiting.
Right?
That was a scary interlude, thanks for that, Jay. Which does move us nicely onto our next top game, Ghostbusters, the video game.
That's right. Back in 2009, the action-adventure is set 2 years after Ghostbusters 2, and players become an additional recruit to the Ghostbusters team.
The absolute dream.
Yeah, you join Ray, Egon, Peter, and Winston, and you tackle new and old enemies with the iconic proton pack and the ghost traps
And all that good stuff, man.
You know.
It was a dream come true in terms of fan service, with a loving recreation of the original movies, including the original voice cast and many familiar locations and ghosts, including, of course, Slimer, the OG.
You need Slimer in there.
You
If you're going to do that game, you've got to have Slimer. Ikaye is one as well. Ikaye, that one.
Yeah, that's right. In case you didn't guess from that smooth interlude, we're talking about the Die Hard trilogy, with the world's unluckiest police officer, John McClane, taking on a legion of terrorist groups just to try and see his wife and kids for a Christmas or two. Shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, the variety of the three adventures provides gamers with an exceptional, entertaining experience, mixing up first-person shooter to rail shooter and a little bit more.
Yeah, this game blew my mind at the time, and I absolutely loved it. The expansive action in the game faithfully follows the plots of the theatrical films, and all three adventures are exaggeratedly bloody. Players can run over pedestrians in Die Hard 3, for example, and wipe the blood away with windshield wipers.
It's like driving in New York.
Yeah. It's like driving here.
That's driving here, yeah. All too frequently, developers who try to incorporate multiple genres of gameplay do fail a little bit.
They do. It's hard. Hard to get all
Fortunately,
that good
gamers,
stuff
though,
in there.
Die Hard Trilogy successfully merged 3 distinct game styles into one Die Hard Trilogy.
Yeah.
Cool to give them the trilogy as well. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it's amazing. I absolutely loved it. And there you have it. That's our top 8 favorite movie video games. Be sure to comment below and let us know your favorites, and maybe we will revisit our list in the near future. There's definitely some other ones.
I feel like we need to revisit it now already. There's already some in the back of my mind. But until then, like and subscribe. Make sure you press that bell button to be notified of any new content we put out there.
We'll see you soon.